The silence before the storm, the galaxy was not new to war. Countless fleets had risen and fallen in the endless struggle for power. Empires had been born from fire and crushed into dust in the same way. And in every corner of the stars, alien civilizations believed they had mastered the art of battle. But tonight, the void felt different. An alien armada of nearly 300 warships drifted through the black sea of space, their hulls glowing with cold lights, weapons charged. Their commanders were proud and certain of victory. They had crushed many worlds, burned colonies, and erased species that dared resist to them. Humanity was just another name to erase from the star maps. The alien commander, tall and armored in plates of silver metal, stood at the center of the command deck, his eyes narrow with arrogance. Humans are weak, he said to his officers. They hide on one small planet and pretend to be warriors. Tonight we will show them their place. His words were sharp, but his voice carried a strange unease. The younger officers laughed, their voices echoing in the chamber. They believed the humans had no chance. Their data said Earth was only a minor power, a planet filled with soft creatures and fragile machines. No fleet, no empire, no allies, only myths and rumors. Yet as the Armada moved deeper into human space, silence fell across the ships. It began with the sensors. One of the operators reported a strange signal, faint but heavy, like the echo of something ancient. The alien commander frowned. Identify it, he ordered, but the crew could not. The signal was not coded in any known galactic pattern. It was old, raw, and carried weight, almost like a heartbeat in the void. The commander waved it away. A ghost signal, he said. Nothing but human tricks. Still, the bridge crew exchanged nervous glances. As the hours passed, the Armada slowed, not because of orders, but because every captain felt the same invisible pressure. The vast sea of stars around them seemed darker, colder, the silence heavier, like something was watching. Then, the fleet's long-range scanners caught movement. The operator froze, his voice breaking. "Commander, we have contact across the black horizon." A single shape appeared, massive and motionless. It drifted out of the void like a shadow. No broadcast, no signal, just presence. The commander's eyes narrowed. "Identify." The bridge fell silent. The system scanned again and again. Until the truth appeared, the operator whispered, "It is human." Shock rippled through the crew. Laughter stopped. The alien officers stared at the screen. A single human warship alone, waiting. The commander barked, "Just one ship against 300? Destroy it." Yet no one moved. The ship was large, far larger than the alien cruisers. Its hull was dark and scarred, old wounds from battles no one remembered. Strange symbols ran across its side, written in human script but unreadable to alien eyes, and despite its silence it radiated something heavy, like a predator circling its prey. The alien commander tried to laugh. "They send us relics, broken ships from the past." But his voice cracked. One officer leaned closer to the screen, his face pale. "Commander, this design does not match human records. This ship is older than their colonies. Older than our empire." His words sent a chill across the bridge, and then came the silence. Not just the silence of space, but something deeper, as if the human warship itself pulled sound away. The alien fleet floated still, their engines humming quietly, their weapons ready, but none dared fire. For the first time, the commander felt something he had never known on the battlefield. Fear. He clenched his hands, forcing his voice to steady. "Prepare all weapons," he ordered. But the crew's movements were slow, hesitant. Their eyes locked on the screen, on the shadow of a single human ship standing against them. The alien armada had faced countless enemies before. Proud empires, mighty fleets, warrior races. But never had they felt this kind of stillness, as if time itself was holding its breath. And in that moment, as the alien fleet stared at the warship, one truth began to rise in every mind. Maybe the stories were real. Maybe the whispers that traveled across the galaxy, the old legends spoken by traders and scavengers, were not just myths. Maybe humanity was not weak. Maybe they were the storm hidden behind the silence. The commander looked out at the endless black sky, at the lone warship waiting without fear. His pride cracked, his certainty shaken. The silence before the storm was here, and he could feel it pressing against his chest. And deep in the void, the human warship drifted closer, its lights cold, its weapons quiet. A shadow that promised something far greater than war. The alien commander whispered to himself, words he never thought he would say. "What have we awakened?" The first glimpse, the alien armada hung in the void, 300 ships locked in place. Their engines whispered, but no one moved. Every captain stared at the same sight. A lone human warship drifting closer. The alien commander forced his voice steady. "Open comms," he ordered, his throat dry. A wave of static filled the bridge as they tried to connect. No answer came, only the hollow hum of deep space. "Send again," he demanded. "Broadcast on all frequencies." Still, silence. The human warship remained mute. It did not return signals, it did not blink lights. It did not acknowledge the fleet, it simply drifted forward, its massive body cutting the starlight like a blade. An officer leaned forward, eyes wide. "Commander, it is scanning us." The alien commander's chest tightened. "How can you tell?" he snapped. "Because I can feel it," the officer whispered, his claws shaking on the console. The alien commander cursed under his breath. Nonsense, but deep inside he too felt the weight. Like invisible eyes pressing against his skin, suddenly the ship's hull shimmered. Faint glowing lines appeared. Shapes etched into its metal skin. Alien crew members gasped. "Is that writing?" they asked. The symbols were human, but twisted with battle scars. Burned into the metal, another officer spoke, her voice trembling. "Commander, our archives do not list this design. It is not a modern class, not even a prototype. It looks older, far older." The commander's pride pushed him to dismiss it. "So what if it is old? Old metal is brittle." Yet his words fell flat. No one laughed. Then came movement. A faint light blinked on the warship's side. Red and steady, the bridge crew held their breath, waiting for weapons fire, but no attack came. The light was only a single, unwavering eye staring. An alien captain from another ship opened a channel, his voice high with panic. "Commander, my crew refuses to engage. They say the ship is cursed. They say it is one of the silent relics," the commander growled. "Control your crew." But he could hear the fear spreading through the fleet. The Alien Armada had fought thousands of battles, but never against silence, never against a ship that stared without speaking, without moving, without fear. The alien commander raised his arm. "Launch fighters," he commanded. Swarms of sleek alien fighters shot out. Their engines blazing, they rushed toward the human ship, fast, sharp like arrows in the night. The bridge crew leaned forward, watching the fighters close distance. Closer, then vanished. No explosion, no debris, no light. They simply winked out of existence, the operator screamed. "They are gone, Commander. No signal, no return." "Nothing." The alien commander froze, his claws tightening on the command chair. "Impossible," he whispered. The human ship did not move. Did not fire, did not chase. It simply waited. The bridge lights flickered. Systems shivered one by one. The alien ships reported errors. Targeting systems refused to lock. Engines lagged. Weapons cooled without command. "Commander," another voice broke in, "this is not a warship. This is something else." For the first time, the commander looked directly at the dark screen, at the lone human ship, his mouth dry, his pride broken. And he realized something his empire never told him. This was not the first time the galaxy had seen a human warship, and those who saw it did not live to tell. The alien fleet sat frozen, 300 ships against one, yet none dared to fire again, because in that silence, in that unblinking stare, they understood. They were prey. The legend remembered the alien armada floated in silence, 300 ships trapped by fear of one. The human warship did not move fast. It did not fire. Yet its presence alone cracked the pride of the invaders. On the bridge of the flagship, an elder officer stirred, his scales dull with age, his voice rough. "Commander," he said slowly, "I have heard of this before." The commander turned sharply. "Nonsense. There is nothing in the records." The elder's eyes narrowed. "Not in records. In whispers." The younger officers frowned. "What whispers?" The elder leaned closer, lowering his voice. "Stories told by traders who wandered too close to forbidden zones. They spoke of ships that never died, ships built by humans long ago. They said these ships sleep in the dark, waiting, guarding, and that no armada has ever returned after disturbing them." The bridge grew colder. Some officers shook their heads. "Myth," they muttered. "Primitive fear," but their voices cracked. The commander forced a laugh, but it was hollow. "You would have me believe in ghost stories," yet the elder did not laugh. He pointed a claw at the screen. "Look at it, Commander. That ship is older than our empire, older than your throne. Its scars are not from this age. Its silence is not weakness. It is warning." The crew stared. The warship floated closer, its hull etched with scars from forgotten wars. Its lights dim and steady, like a beast that had fought and survived countless hunts. "Commander," another officer whispered, "if this is true, then we are not the hunters," the commander growled, his pride desperate to hold. "Enough. Prepare the main cannon." His voice thundered, but his crew hesitated. their claws trembling. Then the ship spoke, not with words at first, but with a sound that shook the void. A deep hum rolled across the fleet. Every screen flickered. Every engine stuttered. It was not a weapon, it was a presence. The elder officer's face turned pale. "It is waking," he whispered. A voice came next, cold and steady, human, yet alien to their ears. "You are trespassing." The bridge went silent. The alien commander's throat closed. The voice continued. "This space is protected. You have one chance. Turn back." The fleet shivered. Captains across the Armada froze at the transmission. Even the most arrogant warriors felt their hearts falter. The commander slammed his fist on the console. "Ignore it. Prepare to fire." But the elder spoke again, louder. "Commander, you do not understand. If this is one ship, there are more. There are always more. This is only the first glimpse." The younger officers looked at one another, doubt eating away at loyalty, fear crawling into their bones, and then new signals appeared on the scanners, faint at first, then stronger. One, then two, then five, then dozens. Shadows in the void. Awakening, answering the call. The alien bridge filled with gasps. "Commander, more ships." The commander's pride broke for a moment, his hands cold as ice. The elder officer whispered the words no one wanted to hear. "We have woken the fleet. The human arrival." The scanners screamed with new signals. One after another, shadows emerging from the dark. The alien commander stood frozen, his pride trembling in his chest. 300 ships surrounded the lone human warship. Yet now the void whispered of more. "How many?" he demanded, his voice sharp. The operator's claws shook on the console. I cannot count. They are everywhere, hidden in the dark. Waiting. The elder officer bowed his head. "I warned you, Commander. One ship is never alone." Then, without warning, the human warship moved. Not fast, not aggressive, but steady, deliberate, as if it had no fear, as if the Armada before it was nothing more than dust. A chill swept through the bridge. "Commander." "It is coming closer," whispered an officer. "Weapons ready," the commander barked. Yet targeting systems refused to lock. Screens flickered, consoles shut down. Alien ships reported failure after failure. The human warship drifted forward, its lights glowing like ancient eyes, its scars catching the starlight. Suddenly the comms activated again. The same human voice, cold and steady. "You have crossed into forbidden space. You will leave now," the alien commander roared. "Fire everything." One cruiser obeyed. Desperate to prove loyalty, its cannons lit up, energy bolts tearing across the void. Blazing toward the human warship, the bridge crew leaned forward, hearts pounding, then silence. The shots never landed. They never even touched the warship. They vanished mid-flight, swallowed by the void. As if space itself bent to protect the human ship, the alien crew cried out in shock. "Impossible! Impossible!" Their voices rising with fear. The human warship did not retaliate. It did not raise weapons. It only sent a new signal, faint but heavy. Suddenly, across the alien fleet, lights dimmed, engines staggered. Every ship felt the same cold weight pressing against their hulls, as if invisible hands had closed around them. "Commander," one officer stammered, "we are being scanned. Every system, every weapon, every soul, they are measuring us." The alien commander's chest grew tight. He realized the truth. The humans were not afraid. They were judging. Panic spread through the Armada. Some captains begged for retreat. Others froze at their stations, unable to move. The elder officer whispered again, his voice almost breaking. "We are children holding sticks before giants." Then the screens changed. The shadows on the scanners sharpened. New forms emerged from the darkness. Colossal human warships revealed themselves. Dreadnoughts, carriers, cruisers, their hulls vast and scarred. Each one older than any alien empire. The alien fleet gasped in silence. 300 ships surrounded a single warship. Yet now dozens more had arrived. The commander's claws shook as he gripped the console. His pride crumbling, the human voice spoke once more. Calm, steady, final. "You are outnumbered, you are outmatched. You are out of time," and in that moment, every alien in the Armada felt it. The truth they could no longer deny. They were not invaders, they were trespassers. Fear across the fleet. The alien Armada trembled. 300 ships strong, yet none dared move. The human fleet had revealed itself. Colossal warships drifting from the void. Silent guardians with scars of ancient wars. They did not attack. They did not even raise their weapons. But their presence alone crushed the courage of every alien heart. On the flagship, whispers filled the bridge. Officers who once boasted of conquest now whispered like frightened children. "Why are they waiting?" one muttered. Why have they not fired? Another asked. The commander roared, "Silence!" But his voice cracked. His officers did not look at him. They only stared at the human fleet. A young alien soldier spoke without permission, his voice shaking. "Commander, they do not need to fire. They want us to see. To know we cannot win." The commander turned sharply, anger burning his pride, but deep inside, he knew the soldier was right. Suddenly, the fleet's fighters attempted another strike. Dozens of small crafts rushed forward, engines screaming. They swarmed toward the nearest human warship like insects against a mountain. The alien bridge crew held their breath, waiting for explosions, but none came. The fighters simply vanished, their signals blinked out. No wreckage, no screams, only silence. Panic tore through the Armada. Voices rose. "They are erasing us. They are playing with us." Captains across the fleet sent desperate signals, begging for orders, begging for mercy. The commander gritted his teeth. "Hold formation," he barked, but no one listened. Fear had already spread like fire. One by one, alien ships reported mutiny, crews refusing to fight, officers locking weapons away, entire battalions frozen in terror. The elder officer stepped forward, his voice heavy. "Commander, look at them. They have not even opened fire, yet we are already defeated." The commander's claws shook on the console, his eyes locked on the human flagship, a monstrous vessel larger than any he had ever seen. Its hull dark and ancient, its lights glowing cold like the eyes of a predator. And then he noticed something terrifying. None of the human ships had moved into attack formations. None of their weapons glowed. None of their cannons hummed. The humans had not raised a single weapon. All this fear, all this silence, all this panic had come from nothing but their presence. The commander's chest felt heavy, his voice small. "They are showing us that they do not need war to win." The elder nodded, his eyes grim. "This is their power, Commander." Fear itself across the alien fleet. Silence spread once again. Hundreds of ships, thousands of soldiers, all frozen by the truth they had come as conquerors, but now they stood as prey. The awakening of the fleet. The alien commander gripped the arm of his chair, his claws cutting into the metal. The bridge was filled with whispers of fear, yet outside the windows of the flagship, the real terror had only begun. One by one, human ships awakened. From the dark edges of space, colossal silhouettes emerged. First a few, then dozens, then hundreds. Each ship carried scars across its hull, marks of battle so old the galaxy had forgotten them. Names written in human language glowed faintly on their sides, unreadable to alien eyes, yet heavy with history. The alien operator's voice broke as he counted. "Commander, there are too many. I cannot track them all. They are everywhere." The commander's throat dried. 300 alien warships suddenly felt like children's toys against a wall of giants. The elder officer's eyes widened with sorrow. This is not just a fleet, this is a graveyard awakened. An armada of ghosts that never died. The human ships moved with no rush, no fear. They slid into position with silent precision, forming a ring around the alien invaders. Every formation exact, every movement calm and still. Not a single human weapon glowed. The alien crews whispered in horror. "They are surrounding us. Why have they not fired? What are they waiting for?" The commander forced his voice strong. "They want us afraid, but we will not bend." Yet even as he spoke, his words betrayed him, his body shook. Then the comms cracked again. The human voice returned, deeper, colder, echoing across every alien ship. "Your armada is measured. Your strength is nothing. Leave this space, or face silence eternal." The words echoed like thunder through every hull. Alien soldiers clutched their heads as if the voice was inside their minds. Panic tore through the fleet. Ships broke formation. Some tried to flee, but their engines failed. Systems refusing to obey. The elder officer whispered, "They are not letting us go." "Not yet." The commander stared at the human flagship, his pride shattering with every heartbeat. "They want us to see the truth," he muttered. "They want us to understand who rules this void." The human warships glowed faintly, like stars awakening from a long sleep, their shadows stretching across the galaxy, and in that moment every alien officer, every soldier, every captain of the Armada understood the same truth. They had not stumbled into empty territory. They had stepped into the heart of something ancient, something untouchable. The humans had never been weak. They had only been waiting. The final warning. The void was filled with shadows. Human warships encircled the alien Armada like wolves around prey, their hulls scarred, their silence unbearable. The alien commander sat frozen, his pride shattered. 300 ships against hundreds more, yet none of the humans had fired a single shot. The bridge trembled as the comms cracked open once again. The human voice returned, calm and steady, carrying the weight of judgment. You do not belong here, leave this space, or be erased from history. The words fell like stone across the fleet. Captains shook, soldiers prayed. No one dared move. The alien commander's claws dug into the armrest. He wanted to order an attack. He wanted to hold on to his pride, but his heart betrayed him. He knew if he gave the order, his people would die in silence before a single human weapon fired. The elder officer bowed his head, his voice heavy. Commander, if we do not retreat, none of us will live to tell the tale. Our empire will not remember us as warriors. Only as fools. Across the fleet, chaos spread. Some captains begged for surrender, others screamed for escape, and some simply waited in silence, too broken to speak. The commander's pride cracked completely. His voice trembled as he gave the order no alien in the Armada had ever expected to hear. Retreat. All ships retreat. Engines lit across the alien fleet. Hyperspace drives activated in desperate unison. One by one, the Armada vanished into streaks of light, fleeing back into the galaxy they once thought they ruled. The human fleet did not follow, did not fire, did not chase. They only watched, silent and patient, their cold lights glowing like ancient guardians. Soon the void was quiet again. Only human warships remained, drifting like sentinels in the dark. Rumors spread quickly across the galaxy, whispers that grew into fear. They said an entire alien armada froze before humanity's warships, that not a single human cannon fired. Yet 300 ships fled in terror. Some called them myths, some laughed. But those who listened closely to the silence of space knew the truth. The humans had never been gone. They had never been weak. They had been waiting. And in the endless dark, the ancient warships of Earth still watched. Still guarding, still silent.